Today we are going to see the manufacturing of polyamides. Polyamides are made when there is a linkage is there between amino group and then carboxylic group, and thus a polyamide is formed. There are two methods are there for making a polyamide. When a reaction takes place between diamine and dibasic acid, condensation polymers, and the second one is single ring structure monomer containing NH group. That is, the first one when the diamine dibasic acid reacts condensation polymers, then we have the monomer obtained, and the second one that is opening of caprolactam ring, which will also lead to formation of nylon 6,6. Nylon 6,6 is an example of polyamide. The 6,6 stands in front of the nylon. The 6,6 stands for the nomenclature or the presence of carbon atoms in diamine dibasic acids. And the second one, since we are opening only caprolactam ring, it is called as 6-nylon. These nylon 6,6 or 6-nylon are used as for making thin films or fibers. They are also used for the manufacturing of bristles, like toothbrush bristles, strings, mosquito net strings, etc., and fishing leaders, which are used for catching fishes at the lakes. So basically they are used as fibers. If you see the unit process, the first one is by the adipic acid, first reaction formation of making of adipic acid. Second one is the making of hexamethylene diamine, and the third one is the final one, that is the manufacturing of 6,6-nylon. In the first step, the cyclohexane is oxidized to form cyclohexanol, and then the cyclohexanone will react with cyclohexanol. This is called as Ka oil in our industry. K stands for ketone, A stands for alcohol, and thus the name Ka oil is obtained. So this Ka oil in presence of nitric acid at 80 degrees centigrade gives the adipic acid along with the oxides of nitrogen. And in the second step, that is the formation of hexamethylene diamine, acrylonitrile at low pressures dimerizes to form adiponitrile. At high pressures in presence of hydrogen and ammonia, it gives our desired product, that is hexamethylene diamine. And the next step, the formation of the monomer 6,6-nylon. These two, that is the adipic acid and then the hexamethylene diamine, they will form nylon 6,6. In the second step, next procedure, the same cyclohexane on nitration, it will give cyclohexyl nitrile, and finally it gives caprolactam in presence of borophosphoric acid. Then the second route, it is also called as the photochemical route. The cyclohexane in presence of nitrosyl chloride gives an oxime, and by Beckmann's rearrangement it gives a caprolactam. So this the polymer which is obtained from this is called as 6-nylon because of the presence of only 6 carbon atoms in the basic nomenclature, where the previous one is called as nylon 6,6. So these are the two methods to obtain 6,6-nylon and 6-nylon. And the flow sheet for the manufacturing of this process is, we have a high pressure vessel where the formed adipic acid and hexamethylene triamine, and then the acetic acid is used as a catalyst. As the reaction takes place, the nylon salt is formed, which is subjected for concentration by means of vacuum evaporator, and then after this the product is now going to the polymerization process, where in this polymer where in this container, the nylon polymerizer, the process of polymerization will take place, and immediately the molten polymer is made to fall on a casting roll. A casting roll is a cylindrical cylinder which is having internal supply of water. So the internal water which is circulated inside will cool the surface area of the casting roll, and this casting roll will be dipped into a container which is having a mild agitator to wet a trace of nylon polymer. And as it is rotating the other side after drying, a ribbon will be obtained, and this ribbon which is continuously obtained, it can be sent to a rotary knife cutter, or it is called a chopper. From there it is sent to the nylon storage. From here we are going for marketing. If we are interested in making threads, fibers, then this nylon resin is sent to a melter where the chopped concepts of nylon 6,6 or 6 nylon are now remelted under nitrogen pressure, and then it is made to pass through a small spinnerity machine where air is used as a medium for drying the filament, and this filament is continuously wound and it is taken out for the textile industry. So this is the way how we make the ribbon of nylon, or the filament or the thread of the nylon, or we can also sell the chopped products of nylon to the market. So these are the 3 ways how we can manufacture it. Let's see the theory part of it. Now, nylon salt is first prepared by mixing the amine and an acid, hexamethyldiamine, in aqueous solution and adjusting the pH to 7.8. The salt is concentrated under the vacuum and then charged into the autoclave, where the first reaction takes place between the adipic acid and hexamethyldiamine, and then here it is sent, and in presence of acetic acid the reaction takes place. Then a salt will be formed, this salt will be concentrated in this, then we trigger the process of polymerization in this polymerizer, where the rest of the water is removed and the temperature gradually raised to 280 to complete polymerization, remove the water of condensation. So basically it is a condensation polymerization, and we have already seen that in condensation polymerization 2 monomers will condense to form a monomer, and they expel out a simpler molecule like ammonia or water molecule. So here water molecule is removed, and we are using the vacuum to remove the product called as water. The final product with molecular weight range of 1200 to 1600 is extruded as a ribbon into a chipping rolls. So once we get the product here, it is now made to pass through a cylinder, and here we make the ribbon of it. Then to the chipper for producing small chips suitable for storage and rehandling. What is the meaning of rehandling is, so from the ribbon which is obtained from the chopper, here, it is now sent to the chopper for easy of storage. See, chopper, after the chopper product will carry less amount of the space and they can be stored more. At the same time, for the transportation also to some other industry which manufactures some other products, like they make Bristols, like they make leaders, etc. So we can sell them. For that purpose, we can use this nylon resin, or we can use the ribbon, or it can be used from here directly. We can send it to this part, and then from there we can also make threads also. So we can bypass this. So it all depends upon the market, whether threads are having marketability, film is having marketability, or people are ready to purchase the nylon 6,6. It all depends upon the 3 routes. When nylon fibers are produced, chips are melted, metered. So in a continuous manner they are transported. That is the meaning of metered. Through a high pressure pumps, filtered pass through a melt spinnerity, where the process of becoming threads will come into the picture. Spinnerette is nothing but an object which is having orifices and the diameters are very, very, very small. The extruded filaments are hardened immediately on air cooling. So air is used as a drying medium and can be wound, that is winding past tension zone, on a bobbins at a speed of 750 meters per minute and higher. So if you see here, this pulley or this belt will be continuously rotating and this will be pulling the threads from here, and the threads will be, what will happen, that will be dried, and from here they will be sent to the bobbins where the winding past tense is wound. Winding on the bobbin will take place and the bobbins will be used for transportation of the threads to some other company. The threads is stretched to about 4 times its original length in cold drawn to give a fiber desirable textile properties. We already know an elastomer is a material which is having a property of elongating 200 times. So here this fiber thread can elongate up to 4 times. So that is the property of the material. Then the second one, where we use the alternative method, is manufacturing of 6 nylon. The photochemical route developed by Japan by this company avoids the conventional oxidation nitration step with a simplification process. The success of the latter was largely due to the development of 20 kilowatt mercury lamps with a power consumption of less than 4.5 kilowatt hour per kg of oxygen which is produced. So now we are talking about this reaction. This is a photochemical reaction, the reaction which will take place in presence of the light. The point is, who is going to supply the light? So we use light, that is the light which is glowing from a bulb, to make this oxygen. And here the company is using lamps which are used to make this oxygen. So here mercury lamps 20 kilowatts were used for this purpose. The polymerization process differs from the 6,6 nylon by the nature of the polymerization. The stepwise condensation of caprolactam with no net water removal is a similar process. So means what? From here the process will be similar. From here, because from here we get nylon 6, but before that we don't get any expelled water molecule, and this entire kinetics of the reactions are different because these kinds of reactions are not driven by this is not a photochemical reaction, this is an ordinary polymerization reaction. So there the reaction is different. So from here he is saying that nylon 6 which is obtained from here, the rest of the methods are same. Then the difficulty arises, however, in the thermal equilibrium between the monomer and the polymer at the melting and spinnerity temperatures. As such, 10% of the monomer is retained so that the fibers have to be water washed to remove the soluble caprolactam monomer, and molecular weight is controlled by addition of monofunctional acid. We know that molecular weight regulators are monofunctional acids. Okay. In other aspects, the two nylon processes are essentially the same with a little difference in the manufacturing cost. So what he says here is, here since we are retaining here in the drying process, say for example here the moisture content is 0.5%. Think that one example. So by the time it leaves this place, the dry air will dry this and then the filament is formed. But the second method he says that try to increase more amount of the moisture so that the properties will be altered. The properties will be altered. As such, 10% of the monomer is retained purposefully so that the fibers are to be water, and then we have a concept of water washing which is not shown in this flow sheet. And then the monomer will be dissolving, and then molecular weight is controlled by means of monofunctional acid in the reactor. So this is about the manufacturing of nylon 6,6. Thank you very much.